Well, I thoroughly enjoyed Dazzle, and a few of the key points that was awesome to be reminded of is that it's not about you, it's about the audience. And so often when I'm getting ready to do a presentation, that I'm trying to write things down to help trigger my memory versus what is value added to the client. I enjoyed the part about using your tone and when best to put in the pause, and also some of the common sense of the phrases to stay away from and the key words to just leave out. But it was an awesome presentation, and I'd recommend it to anyone.
Well, it's a fabulous program, and there are so many takeaways, so many specific strategies that I will use in any presentation that I have, either with large groups or small groups, one-on-one encounters. There are so many different things from the power of the pause to facial expressions and body language that I think are just phenomenal strategies and things that we don't necessarily think about, but I think as presenters we owe it to our audience.
I think the beauty of Dazzle is it gave you real world opportunities and real world practical opportunities that you could actually implement tomorrow. I took about 7 pages of notes, so if I would think about the most useful thing, I think it does really start with the hooks. So my big takeaway would be creating an effective hook and then rehooking the audience several times throughout the presentation. I also thought that the closing piece was very effective, how to close to warmly thank the audience. And there's so many takeaways from this program, but I think those are a few of the top ones for me.
Well, there are so many specific things I think that I'll take away. I think I wrote about 10 pages worth of notes, and in addition to the ones that Jason provided, and I'll definitely go back and watch this several times and really try and focus on what I think I need to improve the most on. I also heard some things that I think I do well in presentations that I think I'll be extra attentive to making sure that I include from this point forward. But there were so many great tips, and I would definitely incorporate those in my presentations and on into the future. So I'm excited to roll those out and to incorporate those.
Well, I think what it helped with is just some of the interpersonal interaction, whether it's professional, whether it's one-on-one, whether it's social, and actually with my family as well. So it helped point out some of the obvious things and things that we can improve upon, and also I thought brought to light some of the things that I just don't think I was aware of, that now I'll probably pay more attention to.
The practical advice that was presented and just the whole process to go through was really incredibly beneficial. I feel like I've given a lot of presentations and have felt fairly comfortable, but in thinking through presentations that I've given and listening to Jason and the practical, like how you stand and the fidgeting, I mean, those are things that I've been very guilty of, and it's really cool to see what a difference it makes when you don't do things like that are so distracting to your audience. And just the way to wrap up and how to handle people that are challenging when you're doing a presentation was just tremendously valuable information. I think it was one of the best presentations I've ever had the opportunity to attend.
Well, I learned a lot today, a lot of practical tips that I can implement tomorrow. Some of my colleagues, we all do the same presentation, and we're looking forward to brainstorming together and rewriting our script. We realize now how much we need to rewrite the script, because I realize that 90% of what I need to present, or 90% of my presentation needs to be focused on the audience. So I need to do a lot of work ahead of time to make sure that my content is right on and that I know it, so that I can spend 90% of the time focused on the audience and changing my presentation based on their mood, their types of questions, their energy level. So I need to really have my presentation down and have it flexible so that I can make those changes depending on the audience.
I think the thing that I probably learned the most was really the power of nonverbal communication and what body language and tone and inflection can really do for a presentation, and I'm looking forward to deploying that right away.
And I think that's something that I'll do. I'm actually doing a presentation Monday, so I'll practice over the weekend with these new techniques.
I think what I learned is I probably have a lot of work to do. I mean, after watching the presentation, I think there are just a lot of opportunities for improvement, and trying to maybe manage and tackle one or two of those, for me personally, would be a success in moving forward.